Okay, if you've ever tried to figure out what a big commercial property is actually worth, you know the drill. It's a total marathon of spreadsheets, digging for data, and just endless calculations. But what if you could take a full day's work and shrink it down to the time it takes to make a coffee? Well, in this explainer, we're going to show you exactly how AI is making that happen, right now.
And this quote, man, it just nails the old way of doing things. Building what's called a discounted cash flow model, or a DCF, is kind of the gold standard. It's how you predict an investment's value based on the money you think it's going to make. But it is a grind. We're talking hours and hours of really careful work, and that's only if you get lucky and nothing goes wrong.
And wow, look at this. This slide just lays it all out. On the left, you've got the old way, 4, maybe 5 hours of manual labor. And on the right, the new reality, 3 minutes. This isn't just a small step up, it's a total revolution in how this work gets done. So how on earth is this even possible? Well, to really get the solution, first you gotta understand the problem.
To really appreciate just how big a deal this is, you have to feel the pain first. So let's unpack exactly why traditional financial modeling has always been such a massive headache.
So the manual grind, it looks something like this, right? You're jumping back and forth between PDFs and spreadsheets, typing in numbers one by one. Then you have to build the model itself, which is a huge task. After that, you're debugging, just hunting for that one single broken formula. You spend more time making it look pretty than actually thinking. And the whole time, you know that one little typo could throw off the entire valuation. It's stressful.
And then you see this. Oh, the dreaded divide by zero error. If you've ever built a model, you know that sinking feeling in your stomach. You know you're now about to waste 20 minutes hunting down one misplaced cell. This is the friction, the pure grunt work that AI promises to just get rid of.
Okay, so we've felt the pain. We've seen the problem. Now let's look at the solution. This new, radically simpler approach that is changing everything.
So what kind of super complex code or detailed instruction does it take to create a professional-grade financial model? You're probably picturing pages of commands, right? Well, the reality is shockingly simple.
That's it. A single sentence, written just like you talk to a person. That is the entire prompt that was used to generate a full multi-tab financial model. You just attach your files, your PDFs, reports, whatever, and ask for what you need in plain English. The simplicity is just staggering when you think about all that manual work.
So how does the AI actually pull this off? How does it go from a messy stack of documents to a clean, working valuation? You know, the process is incredibly straightforward.
It's really just a simple 5-step process. First, you get all your documents together, PDFs, spreadsheets, whatever you've got. Second, you just upload them all. Third, you ask for what you want with that simple prompt we just saw. Fourth, you review the Excel file it spits out, and here's the magic part. Step 5. If you want to change something, you don't even open the spreadsheet to edit it. You just type in the chat, hey, can you change this assumption? And it sends you a new version, instantly.
All right, so that's theory, but let's look at a concrete example. This whole process was put to the test on a real property, a big office building over in Manchester.
So after crunching 8 different documents in under 3 minutes, the AI came back with a base case valuation of £172.9 million. The big deal here isn't just that it was fast, but that it produced a specific defensible number from all that raw, messy data.
But it didn't just stop at one number. It automatically created a sensitivity analysis. Now, this is absolutely critical for any serious valuation. The model shows you how the property's value changes under different scenarios, from a pessimistic case of $138 million all the way up to an optimistic one of $215 million. Trying to build this table by hand is so tedious, but here it was just done automatically.
The model also gives you these incredible insights, like this chart, which shows you where the building's value is really coming from. In this case, a huge 60% of it is tied up in its long-term terminal value, which is basically what you think it'll be worth way down the road. That one chart immediately tells an analyst, hey, the long-term health of this market is the most important thing for this investment.
And get this, the analysis went way beyond just the numbers. The AI literally read the tenant information and pulled out key takeaways. It flagged the big-name reliable tenants, it pointed out the long lease terms, meaning stable income, it confirmed the building was 100% full, and maybe the most amazing part? It checked its own work. Out of 206 formulas in the spreadsheet, there were 0 errors.
So let's zoom out. This is about so much more than just making a spreadsheet faster.
Why is this technology a true honest-to-goodness game changer for the entire industry?
Well, it basically democratizes high-level analysis. For junior analysts, this is huge. They can stop spending their nights debugging formulas and start focusing on actual strategy. Smaller investors, they can get the same kind of top-tier analysis that used to be only for the big institutions. For teachers, it means you can teach financial ideas, not just how to use Excel. And for senior folks, it's an amazing tool to quickly check a deal or validate what their team has been working on for weeks in just minutes.
Let's be really clear about something. This technology doesn't replace human judgment, it doesn't replace expertise. You still need to know if the assumptions make sense. What it does is remove all the boring, time-sucking friction between having a question and getting an answer. It frees up your brain to focus on what actually matters. And that leaves us with one big question. What other tedious manual work in your job is just waiting for AI to come along and remove the friction?